So, welcome on in, everyone, to our Saybrook University Mindfulness Moment. I'd like to spend a little bit of time here today just relaxing into fall. And so, I invite you as I introduce this practice just to find your way into a comfortable seat. So, here in the Northern Hemisphere, the seasons are beginning to change. I know where I am really feeling that shift from late summer into autumn and some cooler days. Maybe you're sensing that in your own space. And last week we moved through the fall equinox, so marking the shift to shorter days and longer nights. And so there's this slowing down that starts to settle into the world around us. Right. So during this time, nature is starting to show us the importance of slowing down and letting go. So the trees are changing. Maybe they're beginning to drop some of their leaves. There's old fruit from the summer that's falling to the ground. So creating more space for something new. So plants and trees, they slow their growth. They're sending their energy back into the earth as they prepare to move into the cold winter days ahead. Some animals, they begin their migration. I'm seeing lots of butterflies migrating. This area where I am in central Texas, get to see a lot of that happening, the butterflies migrating. And there's some other animals, right, that they're starting to prepare for hibernation. So fall is this reminder to wind down, to slow down, and provides us with a gentle invitation to tune inward. And so that's what I'd like to do here today. And this changing that we're seeing around us in the natural world, it inspires this acknowledgement of the change that is also happening within us and learning how to accept this change as a part of letting go and in recognition of their unexpected gifts. So I encourage you as we spend some reflective time here in meditation to also reflect deeply on some of these concepts. And so today we'll be reflecting on the change within your own life and what you are ready to let go of and what you might be ready to make space for. So again, if you haven't already done so, just finding just a bit more comfort in the way that you're holding your body, just the way that you're being, whether it's seated or standing or maybe lying down. Just whatever posture feels especially supportive and grounding for you in this moment. So to feel that bit more grounded, finding your feet to make contact with the earth or the floor or the surface beneath. And you can allow your eyes to come to a close if that feels good for you. And then we bring our attention to the breath. So inhaling through the nose and then allowing the exhale through the mouth. This can be kind of a cooling sort of a breath as we inhale through the nose. And then either sigh or maybe blowing the air through pursed lips, whatever feels good for you, or maybe just a relaxed jaw, lips parted. We can slow down the breath in this way. As we do this, it can feel like that exhale is a bit cooler, kind of like an autumn breeze that might be dancing through the trees. So breathing in through the nose and exhaling it all out through the mouth, in whatever way feels particularly releasing for you. And just noticing this temperature change that's happening. That air coming in through the nostrils, filling the lungs, and then as it releases out through the mouth, And continuing to settle into the breath. That's an invitation to settle just a little bit more into the body. Inviting the limbs to relax, become soft. Encouraging the breath to move into any of those places in your body that might be feeling a bit sore or tense or tight. We can use the breath as this soft caress just to soothe the muscles and the tendons and the joints, even to soothe the activity of the mind. Just allowing the breath to wash over the body. And now I invite you to call to your mind's eye the image of a tree. And this could be any tree. Maybe it's small or tall, mature or young. Maybe it's a deciduous tree or an evergreen, or maybe a palm tree. And maybe if your mind is floating between several different images of a tree, just allowing yourself to settle on one. Just noticing what this tree looks like. Just whatever kind of tree that it is. And imagining that this is your tree. This is your tree of life. This tree to represent your life, to represent you in some way. Now, is it a fruit tree? And does it still have fruit on it? Or is it a flowering sort of tree? Does your tree have leaves? And are the leaves still there? Are they, some of them, starting to fall? Or maybe there's no leaves at all, and maybe there's pine needles or needles of some sort, or fronds of a palm. So just seeing what does your tree look like? What is there? Noticing the health of the tree. Does it look healthy and strong? Or are there some areas that need to be pruned and taken care of? And what are you holding on to in your own life that is no longer necessary for you? You know, is there something that you're feeling ready to let go of? You might think of this in a way of, what is there, or is there anything that is weighing down your branches, holding you back in some way? And just imagining that these things or thing, that they are on the tree, that they are represented on the tree in some way. And how does this look? What does the tree look like? Just noticing if there's anything there, how it is affecting the health of your tree. And now you might imagine in your own way that the falling of leaves or fruit or old flowers, perhaps whatever's on your tree, that this can represent the letting go. And so, still remembering to breathe. If it still feels good to do that inhaling through the nose and releasing exhale out the mouth, and just breathing in a way that feels comfortable for you. You might just imagine that this exhale, much like the autumn breeze, that can give that little extra nudge to release. Encourage that leaf to slowly fall, swirl its way down to the earth. And there it will enter the natural cycle of decomposition, food for life, your life, nourishing the soil around the base of your tree, the cycle of life. And so continuing to breathe here, just imagining that you were able to allow these things on your tree, whatever might be there for you, inviting that release, removing these things from the tree, a shedding, if you will, of sorts. You might even imagine yourself here, maybe picking off the expired fruit or the leaves that are just ready to let go but need a little extra help. You might imagine yourself pruning the tree, just removing and cutting off those dead branches. And as you do this, all the while noticing what is coming up for you. And what sort of feelings are there? Maybe of sadness or anxiety, resistance, maybe relief. What is coming up through this process of letting go as you are creating new space, opening up to new opportunities, helping your tree become healthier, stronger. And as you release the old, giving gratitude to it, and what you have learned about yourself and others, holding on to the lessons learned, but letting go of what doesn't serve you. Now stepping back, looking at your tree again, and seeing if there's anything else that your tree needs, nurturing or tending to in any way. And allowing yourself to take another deepening and full breath in, and exhaling in whatever way feels good for you. Allowing that gratitude to wash over your body. And thanking yourself for giving yourself that permission to release and to let go. And tending to your tree, allowing there to be a change of season within you. And so now, coming back in your own time, reawakening to the sense of your body here in this physical space, the space that you are in, just refocusing on what is here for you, and you might acknowledge that there are others who are sharing the space, grounding, gathering here. And taking from this experience what you need to and leaving the rest. And that could be the fruit of your practice.